Hello, friends. It's good to see you. It's time for Global Tarot Circle. This is our monthly tarot meetup here on YouTube. And we've actually been doing a monthly tarot online meetup since like 2010, but only on YouTube for the past couple of years. It's so great to see all of you. What we will do in the next hour is really for like the first half hour or so, we'll do readings. And we're actually going to read for each other. So if you have cards, definitely grab them and participate. This is a great opportunity to get good at quick one-card readings. And Chris and Louise Tarot knows what's up. Yes, exactly. For Global Tarot Circle, the first thing I want you to do is tell us where in the world you are and what deck you're working with. Chris and Louise is in Columbus, Ohio, using the Dreamers Tarot. Very good. Where are you in the world and what deck are you working with? Smile Soul 20, great to see you. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. In Connecticut, working with Modern Witch Tarot. Can't go wrong with that deck. That is a great deck. Peggy Lou Leven, so good to see you. Thank you for being a member for more than 3 years. In Oak Hill Forest, using the Rider-Waite-Smith. Perfect. Lady Lenormand, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. That's Brenda Elizabeth. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. And Del Rey, using Radiant Wise Spirit. Fabulous, fabulous. Barbie Bird, good to see you. Thanks for being a member for more than a year. In Toronto with the RWS. Michelle Metheny in Fallon, Nevada, using Wild Reflections Tarot. I love that one. I have that one too. I'm not using it today, but in fact, it's not even at my desk, but I do have it and I do love it. So thank you all so much for being here, everyone. Normally each month I do Global Tarot Circle plus like 2 classes for everyone, plus a members only class. We don't do that in January because of StaarCon. So this is really our only evening meeting time. I may do pop-ups and I will continue to do the live reading sessions. I'll be here on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Monday until we get, closer to StaarCon. StaarCon is coming up at the end of this month. Now, if you're local and you want to join, and just by coming to the marketplace, you can. The marketplace is open 10 to 6, all 3 days. You can come to the marketplace. It's a full marketplace and psychic fair. Just come and shop and have a reading if you like. However, if you would like to come to the conference in person or online for 1 day, 2 days, or all 3 days, you are more than welcome to do so in person or online. And there is even a special virtual online ticket that is only $10. So you don't have an excuse to not support StaarCon. There's a link in the description. All right. So let's see. Rhonda Compsey, not sure the name of your deck, but you're in Dublin, Georgia. Very good. Addison LS in Central Massachusetts using the RWS. Christina, forgot to mention that you're using Aunt Lily's tarot deck. Let me get right over to Card Camp. You can see that I am using the Smith-Waite Tarot, the one that comes in the tin, the Centennial version, but you know how much I love Aunt Lily's because it's right there. All right. Claire C. in Florida with the Radiant Rider-Waite. All right. So here's what we're going to do. As promised, for the first half of our time together, we are doing readings for one another. I will take the questions in the order in which I see them. I will read the question aloud. I will pull one card to answer the question and give my best interpretation in that context. If you would like to do the reading, you will put the name of the person that you're reading for, the name of the card you got, and your interpretation. So, if you ask a question, don't just listen to me. Make sure you scroll down. Just scroll down and read to make sure you get your full reading. Michelle Metheny, I want to thank you so much, not only for being a member and being a StaarCon virtual presenter, but also for the generous super sticker. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hey, Renata, Quinn Kilharius, glad you're here. All right, so here we go. Get those cards shuffled and let's get going. Smile Soul 20 starts us off. What does the universe want me to know? That's always a great question if you don't know what else to ask. So if you'd like to do this reading at Smile Soul 20, the name of the card you got and your interpretation, what does the universe want you to know? That you are strong, that you are capable, that you are compassionate, that you can manage difficult situations and come out on top. And again, if you'd like to do that reading at Smile Soul 20, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Hey, Joyce Ocean, good to see you. All right, Christina, once again, thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. Same question. Thanks for using members only emojis as well. Same question. What does the universe want you to know? All right. And the readings have started. Excellent. Thank you, everyone, for participating. I really appreciate it. All right, Christina, what does the universe want me to know? And if you would like to do this reading at Christina, the name of the card you got and your interpretation, what does the universe want Christina to know? That there are many options in front of you, that you have the power to choose what you want, that you have the power to manifest what you want. But be careful about dark imaginings and fantasy versus reality. Make sure you know what's real and make sure you know what you want and know that you can get it. Okay. And so if you want to do that reading at Christina, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Caroline McLaughlin, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Michelle Metheny, once again, thanks for the generous super sticker, and thanks for being a member. Michelle's just asking for a card, so we can do that, a card for Michelle. If you'd like to do this at Michelle Metheny, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Here we go. Page of Pentacles reversed. I really feel like this is direct mediumship. I know you've had a family loss, and I believe that this is the card letting you know that your loved one has arrived safely at the new destination and is trying to communicate, is trying to let you know their presence. And you have those skills too. So, you know, it takes a while. But just to know that as much as you are missing this person is with you. If you would like to do that reading at Michelle Metheny, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Gianna, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. What should I know before I visit my terminally ill friend? That's a hard one too. Okay, if you'd like to do this reading at Gianna, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. The world reversed. It's not over until it's over. Be as normal as you can. And talk about whatever this person wants to talk about. If this person wants to talk about end-of-life stuff, then by all means, hold space for that. If this person wants real, just normal stuff, just do normal stuff. It's not over till it's over. And enjoy the living while the living are living. There it is, really. Okay. Jake5345, who is Robin. So good to see you. Thanks for being here. Asking for a card and reminding people that I appreciate all of you coming in and doing the readings. Remember to put the name of the person you're reading for, the card you drew, and your interpretation. And if you've asked a question, make sure you read through and get your full reading. Okay, if you'd like to do this one, it's Jake. 5345 and a card. So, Four of Wands reversed. I think that there are ways that you are not feeling as supported as you would like to feel. I think this is really speaking to, whether it's about family or friends or community, it's important. Come to StaarCon, you'll feel supported there. Seriously, it's important. It's important to sort of reach out and find your supportive people and figure out what you need to feel more supported. Hey, Della, good to see you. All right. Scrolling through. The next question I see is Jenny Berlin. Good to see you. And this is a question regarding a court case. The question is, will my case end soon? And if you'd like to do this reading at Jenny Berlin, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Queen of Wands reversed, not as quickly as you would like it to. You're going to have to hang in there. Keep your energy going. And I see people doing some great readings. Thank you, everyone, for participating in this. I really think this is the only group that does something like this. And it's cool. So thank you. Okay. Barbie Bird is up next. Barbie, thanks for being a member for more than a year. And if y'all would like to do this reading at Barbie Bird, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Oh, here we go. I love this. I have a question about recurring dreams that I have about me moving and traveling and never being able to pack all my things or get to where I'm going on time. This dream happens even when I have no moving or traveling and never plans. What's the meaning of this? Well, I'm going to guess you've been having these dreams so often for the last 4 to 5 years. I think it is you not trusting yourself to move forward on your life's journey. This idea that you're not capable or not able to get all you and your shit to where it needs to be. And I think as soon as you tell yourself that you are capable, these dreams will stop. Now, that's just off the top of my head. We're going to do the reading, but that's what I think. All right. So if you'd like to do this reading at Barbie Bird, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Here we go. What is the meaning of this? Yeah. You need to feel more in control of your life. And the fact is you are in control of your life. But, you know, we're only ever so much in control. I mean, life happens, you know. What's that expression? We make plans and God laughs, right? So to the extent that any human can be in control, you're in control. And you need to feel like you're in control, but you don't. And that's what you need to work on so that you can heal from the thing that makes these dreams happen. Okay. Oh, this is a fun one. Quinn Calharius, Renata. Hey, Wendy Robeson, text me. Text me. Barbie, I'll have to, yeah, affirmations would be good for this. That's a good one. Yes. Yes, 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 and more yes. All righty. So, Quinn Calharius, which I know I'm pronouncing wrong. Question, what is my future husband like? I love this. If you would like to do this reading at Quinn Calharius, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. 8 of Cups reversed, loyal and steadfast. Barbie Bird, y'all are killing it. You are all killing it. Makes so much sense. Fabulous. Thank you. Thank you. And thanks for the affirmation that this process really works. Because I think it does. I think it does. All right. Playboy Bunny is up next. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Why has Jonathan ghosted me? Well, first of all, I'm so sorry you've gone through this. Let's take a look. If you'd like to do this reading, at Playboy Bunny, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. King of Swords. And Jonathan did not do a very King of Swords thing at all. So why did Jonathan ghost you? That's hard with one card when this is the card. I can tell you this. I do not think that Jonathan sees what he's doing as ghosting. I don't think he thinks he's ghosting you. So I think there may have been crossed purposes and cross communication earlier. Let's see what other people have to say. At Playboy Bunny, and everyone, please get in on this because I'm a little lost here. At Playboy Bunny, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Why did Jonathan ghost Playboy Bunny? And I think Jonathan did not see it as ghosting. Too many pots. There you go. I see it. I see it. I see it. Interesting. Interesting. So lots of good readings coming up. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate it. Oh, Joyous Ocean. Doesn't have heat. Oh, my gosh. Everybody send good wishes to Joyous Ocean for getting the heat on. Joyous Ocean, thank you for being a member. Dion, that's Joyous Ocean, had come home very excited to play along with Global Tarot Circle, but has come home to no heat. And it is as cold as, it is cold. It is cold. So it's cold here. I mean, if it's cold here, it's, you know, it's cold there, right? Okay, and sending so much love, by the way, to anyone who is or has people in California right now in harm's way with the fires. My goodness. All right. So who is up next? It's Peggy Lou Levens. Good to see you. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. Can't wait to see you. Can't wait to see you at StaarCon. Yeah, Lady Lenormand, heartbroken for California. Seriously. Seriously. Okay. Peggy Lou Levens. And if y'all would like to do this reading, at Peggy Lou Levens, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. What does the universe want me to know about the upcoming year? All right, here we go. What does the universe want you to know about the upcoming year? Two of Cups reversed, that this is the year that you really need to work on your relationship with yourself. You really need to work on your healing journey that heals your relationship with yourself, because everything emanates from that. Okay, at Peggy Lou Levens, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. What does she need to know about the upcoming year? Okay. Caroline McLaughlin, so good to see you. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. Would like to ask the cards, what's up with hubby's mother? He and our son have driven almost 1,000 kilometers to cut down tree shrubs and tidy her yard. She's 80 in March. So they worked all day yesterday. So we want to just see how your mother-in-law is doing. Makes sense. All right, if you'd like to do this reading, at Caroline McLaughlin, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. How is the 80-year-old mother-in-law doing? Good enough. Good enough. I think for her age, she's doing great. I think having people... Oh my gosh, look at what I did. I was only supposed to do one card. What was the first card? Okay, sorry. Sorry, forgot where I was, everyone. I'm sorry. There's the first card. I think she's fine. Given her age, she's doing fine. It's really important. Right, Wendy, habit. Yes, I like a lot of cards. This is hard for me. This is hard work. It's much easier for me to read more cards than fewer. But here's where I'm going to go. Caroline, I fully believe that having them do the drive to do all of that, like, could she hire someone to do it? Yes. Is it irritating that they have to do this drive to do all of this? Yes. But I feel like emotionally she needs it and they need to do it. The family needs to do it. I feel like it's difficult and irritating, but it's self-limiting. This isn't going to happen forever. But she needs to know her family's there for her. And I think it was a good time for her son and her grandson. Like, I think this whole thing really is good, even though it feels a little unnecessary. I think it is necessary for a lot of reasons. Okay. Who is up next? Love is the trend. So good to see you. Should I give this new guy that entered my energy a chance? Will it lead to something worthwhile, or is it a waste of time? Let's see. And, you know, that brings us to the thing that I want to talk about during our educational section, which is the part that in a good tarot reading, in a new relationship, the answer could be no or maybe, but never yes. Because a new relationship has to be explored. You cannot psychically know. So it's either no, it's not worth your time, or maybe it is. Those are the two choices. We'll get there in a minute. I was hoping for some feedback here. Hubby thinks she's slipping a little, but surely she did appreciate what they did because it was a big dollar quote. Yep. She's always been a mean dictator in the family. Yeah. And in the way that she continues to be. But this all feels sort of necessary for the way that it is. And I mean, is she slipping a little? Of course she is. She's 80. And yes, she is. Yes, she is. And that's probably important to note. But in the larger scale, she's fine. She's fine. All right, in my opinion. Okay. So, love is the trend. That hit you with something, didn't it? And we're going to talk about that in the second half. I did a short about it recently. Hey, Julia Bonesteel, good to see you. Glad you're here. Are you coming to StaarCon? It would be so good to see you. Anyway, okay, where are we? We're doing that question. Love is the trend. Okay, if you'd like to do this reading, at Love is the Trend, the name of the card you got, your interpretation. Do we give this new guy a chance? Remember I said it would either be no or maybe? I'm down for no. And unless you really like this person or you're seeing something I'm not seeing, no. But let's see what other people say. At Love is the Trend, the name of the card you got, and your interpretation. All right. Oh, Joyous Ocean. Is that a question? Are you here and is that a question? I'm trying to figure out pricing for an upcoming event, and I feel really hopeful that several people have dreamt of me. Oh, yes. Okay. I see the question coming. And here it is. You're up next. Should I do the market research or go to the tarot cards or energy testing for pricing levels? Okay. And as a tarot card reader, I'm going to say, you start with the market research. You know, it's like I always laugh when people want me to do a reading to see if they're pregnant. What's a pregnancy test? Like $30? You can't get a reading with me for that cheap. You know? So I'm going to say do the market research. And then do the other things too. But everybody... Here's going to be the question. And we're looking at an outdoor event, a virtual event, starting a membership, all kinds of stuff. So let's talk about this. For Joyous Ocean, thank you for being a member for more than a year. Look, the question is, what does Joyous Ocean need to know as she prices these new things? What does she need to know? At Joyous Ocean, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Queen of Pentacles reversed. Be careful about your own issues with money or issues around money or issues around your own worth or value. Like pricing, I think, can be hard for you. So definitely do the market research. That's the key. Do the market research. All right. This is a fun one. From Claire C. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. Can't wait to see you at StaarCon. Will the Gulf of Mexico be renamed the Gulf of America? Will that happen? If you'd like to do this reading, at Claire C., the name of the card you got and your interpretation. So that's hard to say. The Nine of Cups is the card of wishes fulfilled. And obviously there are some people who wish for this, but some people who do not wish for this. And I'm kind of go with no. I'm going to say no. Let's see what other people say. Angel B. Lady Lenormand, you also got no. Okay. All righty then. Angel B, good to see you. I would like to know if I will be called to work in the first quarter of this year, please. I'm waiting to be called for a public office. All right. All right. If you'd like to do this reading, at Angel B, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Here we go. Angel B. It may not be in the first quarter. There's no guarantee here or no, it may not be in the first quarter. Let's see what other people have to say. If you'd like to do this reading, at Angel B, the name of the card you got in your interpretation. Trey, how are you doing? Good to see you. Okay. Gosh, Caroline, that's horrible. We're hearing the follow-up to the story of the mother-in-law. When they returned this morning, she sacked them, saying it looked like shite. It hadn't been done in years, and they thought it was going okay. It was going okay. That is okay for her. Like if she is still able to do that, then she's still herself. That is okay for her. All right. Oh my goodness, husband hadn't seen her since 2011. Understand. And yeah, Joyous Ocean, let us know about that boiler for sure. Okay, 64 Amy Penn. You're up next. My question is, what happened today? And then later on, she clarified what happened today is she was taken off a particular job. And she doesn't know why. She wants to know why. If you'd like to do this reading, at 64 Amy Penn, and I'm sorry, that doesn't sound fun. At 64 Amy Penn, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. The Empress reversed. I wonder if sexism is involved. Like, I wonder, even if women were involved in the decision, like, it feels like it's not about the quality of your work, but potentially about your gender or the way you behave given your gender. Like, that whole thing. What's the difference between assertive and aggressive? Your gender. Could have to do with that. Oh, Lady Lenormand says, the devil reversed. This is actually a good thing. This job is not for you. Poor management at this company. Yeah, that actually makes sense. Okay. And a lot of great readings here. Okay, Rhonda Cumsty. I've been pronouncing your name badly and I apologize. Rhonda Cumsty, thanks for being a new member. We really appreciate you. Thanks for being here. And thanks for jumping in and doing readings. Should I take the trip to my friend's funeral and other things in the next few weeks? So sorry that's even a question that you have to deal with. I'm so sorry you've had a loss. If you'd like to do this reading, at Rhonda Cumsty, the name of the cards you got and your interpretation. You don't have to, and maybe you don't want to. And if you don't want to, it's okay not to go. It's okay not to go. Like, it's almost better if you don't. All right. Here we go, scrolling through. And at this moment, the floor is open for questions and discussion about tarot techniques, about a particular reading you did that you didn't understand, about particular cards or particular decks. Adjacent to that, psychic things, all of that. I want to talk more about love readings, but we can talk about whatever you want. So go ahead and put those questions and comments in as well while I scroll through and we pick up the rest of the questions for readings. Okay, Pat Rainville, so good to see you. Yeah, Barbie Bird, the dating scene, I get it. I mean, I haven't had to be there in a long time, but I'm adjacent to it because of the people I speak with. I do get that it's tough. Okay. Wendy Robeson, you're up next. Barbie Bird, I just sent a rage text that maybe I should not have. Well. Oh, and we have a great question. 64 Amy Penn, thank you. How do you even start reading the cards? Okay, tag it begin. Tag it begin. What are your best advices for starting with the cards? Dan, good to see you. And Lady the Norman says one at a time, just like we're doing here. Yeah, seriously, there is that. Okay, so Wendy Robeson, what should I be watching for this year? And Wendy, thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. Thanks for being a moderator. If you'd like to do this reading, at Wendy Robeson, the name of the cards you got and your interpretation, what should Wendy be watching for this year? Two of Pentacles. Getting to the place where you feel really financially stable, like you feel like you have financial flow. Time, money, energy, all the resources are flowing. That's what you're working for. That's what you're watching for. That's what you're going to make happen this year. Okay, and Dina, hey, good to see you, Dina. Dina says begin with a card a day, and I'm gonna say don't do it as like this is what my day is about, but this is the card I'm gonna study. This is what I'm gonna learn, and then at the end of the day, how did that card manifest in your day? And write it all in your tarot journal. All right. Here we go, scrolling through. TJ and GA, so good to see you. I feel like the upcoming year holds a lot of change. In what areas of life can I expect and prepare for change? If you would like to do this reading, at TJ and GA, what areas of life can we expect and prepare for change? At TJ and GA, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. I think your social life is going to expand and your creative life is going to be more successful. Barbie, love pulling one card a day and seeing how it goes. Have not journaled in a while, but want to start again. Munchausen's, which card would point? This is a good one, everyone. Oh, Dina, and then start picking 2 cards a day and making a story. Yeah, that makes sense. I love that. So we're talking about Munchausen's. Now, do you mean Munchausen's or Munchausen's by proxy? Trey's thinking Six of Pentacles reversed. I'm going to say maybe Seven of Swords. Julia, regarding starting with the cards, numerology and elemental study is a simple, direct way to begin. Yes. Learn what the suits mean. Learn what the numbers mean. Yeah, I agree. Okay. Scrolling through, looking for more readings. Okay. Trey Cameron, so good to see you. Thanks for being a member for more than a year. We appreciate you. Thinking of stepping away from something, maybe not permanently for a while. What do the cards have to say? Has to do with being annoyed by people. I understand. I understand. Munchausen's by proxy would be Empress reversed. Sure. Sure. Okay. So let's see. If you'd like to do this reading at Trey Cameron, the name of the card in your interpretation, should Trey step away from this because people are annoying, at least for a little while? Yeah, I mean, if you don't want to be in that house, leave that house. Yeah, you can totally step away. You can come back later if you want. Okay. Here we go. So if you're finishing up readings, go ahead. But how to interpret the cards, like how do you learn their interpretation? Books. When I first started, we did not have the internet, and I had 3 books that I carried around with me and my cards. And anytime I did a reading, I would read all 3 books, the interpretation, and then extrapolate what it means in the context. Because that is the interesting thing, right? Because there are classic interpretations. But let's play with that for a moment, because there are so many different classic interpretations. So suppose it's the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, tag it. So Angel B, we already did a reading for you. So save that for the next time, because now we're talking about tarot. Okay, tag it KNP for Knight of Pentacles, and give me all your keywords. I'm trying to prove a point here. Amy says, how do you know how to interpret the cards? And I say a lot of books, but still. And the problem is, of course, there are many classic interpretations. So go ahead, tag it KNP, and tell me some interpretations of the Knight of Pentacles. This could be your son. This could be you're looking for a new job. Kristen says, slow and steady, practical. Trey says, slow and steady wins the race. Sure. Miss Intricate, we have moved into the tarot study portion of our program now, so we're not doing readings anymore, but thank you for being here. Okay, Knight of Pentacles. Let's see, what else do we see here? From Wendy, movement. Michelle, slowly going forward, cautious and slow. I would say looking for a new job, pursuing a career, travel for work. It could be all of those things. And when you first start learning, you're not going to know all of that, but you're going to read in a couple of books, or now you can just Google on it, see a few things, and then see how it applies. Because the seeing how it applies is the most important thing, the context. Lady Lenormand, I have the big RWS deck. Yes, you gave that to me too. We're going to, look. I do too. You gave it to me. I keep it in order. and I get a book that I liked, and I study the book and use the big RWS cards like flashcards to quiz myself. Sure. Claire C., back to the Knight of Pentacles. Watch your health and finances. Barbie Bird with the Knight of Pentacles. Steady, productive, conservative in their approach. Peggy Lou, a grounded earth sign. Dan, a proud protector. Dina, once I got this card in a love relationship and said the relationship started slowly. They said they talked on the phone for 6 months. So you can see that one card could mean many, many things. Do not be intimidated by this. And here's the thing that I heard very early in my professional career from Wald Amberstone at the Tarot School, who said to me, it was the very first tarot conference I ever went to. And we were chatting. And we were talking about, like, I had this anxiety about, like, I had now at that point been a professional reader for 3 years. In this moment, I've been a pro reader for 30. But then I had this anxiety that I'm such a better reader now than I was 3 years ago. I feel bad for my earlier clients. And he said, we trust the universe to bring the right client to the right reader with the right deck at the right time. And so the people you read for back then, it was the right time for them to have a reading from you as you were at that time. And that's always stuck with me and took away so much of my anxiety. Julia, Knight of Pentacles, Capricorn energy, practical, thoughtful, grounded. Wendy, you did flashcards as well. Yeah, you can even buy tarot cards that have interpretations written on them. And you can even buy tarot flashcards or make them. That is a real thing. Right, and we trust not to remember most of the readings. That is so true. And like, I'll remember like certain things forever, but then other things that you would think I would remember, I don't. It's so interesting. It is so very interesting. So anything else we want to talk about as regards learning? Like, I would say, yeah, I've learned a lot from Wald, Julia, for sure, for sure. So anything else we want to say about learning tarot? I would say, like, this channel has a wealth of material. I've been keeping this channel since the earlier days of YouTube. You can see what I looked like 10 years ago, in fact, and see how bad our cams were back then. But I mean, there's a wealth of stuff. Classes I've taught here, replays from classes. There's so much. So there's a lot just in this channel that can help you. Claire C. I draw a card and research it on YouTube. Yeah, there you go. There you go. And I mean, I'm not saying I should be your only teacher. In fact, for sure, I should not be your only teacher. But I can be one of them. What spread do I use? I'm so glad you asked. So I learned a spread. The first tarot class I ever took, it was a beginner's tarot class that met at our local New Age shop in New Haven, Connecticut. I'd been carrying my tarot deck around with me for a long time. Oh, Julia and Claire, thank you for your kind words. The next generational wisdom teacher. I really appreciate that. And I'm feeling that coming on, to be honest with you. So thank you. Thank you. With every hair that goes gray, I'm feeling that coming on. Oh, Claire, I learned from your classes. All right. So, what spread do I use? I had been carrying my decks and my books, one deck and one book. I didn't get decks and books until after this class. So I'd been carrying deck and book around for about a year. Hadn't really learned how to read it, just a little. Turns out I had more knowledge and understanding from reading that book than other people in the class. It was a small class. There were like 4 of us. We met 4 times. And one of the things I was taught in this class was an 11-card Celtic cross. To this day, I use that spread, but I have modified it to make it my own. So now I teach it as my Celtic my my Celtic cross, which I will teach from you, which I will teach to you right this minute with a small deck so that you'll actually be able to see it. So get ready to write this down, or you can come back and just get the screenshot of it and watch this. Okay. And Dan says, regarding learning tarot or oracle, let it come from the spirits and don't overthink it. I see that more with oracle than I do with tarot, but I think to some extent both, yes. Yes, Celtic cross with 11 cards. And have you ever seen the movie Spinal Tap? You know, this goes to 11. That's my inner joke. TJ and GA. I've been faithfully pulling 9 cards every morning for about 5 years as a morning message, and they always speak to me. I don't even know if I could read for anyone else. Well, that would be an interesting thing to try. Not that you have to. I mean, the best use of tarot is for yourself. But here we go. Okay. Card 1. Significator. Who is the querent at this current time? Card 2. Atmosphere. What is the atmosphere around the querent at this current time? Card 3. Crossing. What is the biggest challenge at this current time? Card 4, foundation. Now, this could be like from childhood stuff. It's like, what is the foundation? It could be like what this person's primary focus is right now. It could be stuff from childhood. It could be what they're sort of leaning on right now. You'll find that in a spread, some positions are very fixed and some are very mutable. This is a very mutable position. When we say foundation, it could be something that happened when you were 2 or something you dealt with yesterday. But it is what is foundational to you or what is foundational to this reading. Next card, events of the recent past. What's on your mind? What are you thinking about right now? Events of the near future. And if you're not a predictive reader, advice for the near future. Then, let me move this all over here. Then we have the sidebar. Another very mutable position. These 2 positions are very mutable. This is the public position. It's about people around you. It could talk about one particular friendship or relationship. It could talk about how other people see you. It could talk about how you deal with others or what your social energy is. Here, love and romance. And this is why I love this spread, because there's a special position for love and romance, and that tells us so much. Hopes and fears. Final outcome. There you are. And there's a lot there. There's a lot there. All right. So, and Rhonda says, okay, yeah. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. All right. And again, if you're not a predictive reader, it's, what you want to think about going into the future. And I like to do things like look at, this circle of cards and this line of cards and this line of cards. Like, you can do a lot here. Yeah, Dina, this is a nice branch out from the Seven Sisters. It really is. It really is. All right. So here's the thing. I apparently have just switched decks. I'm now working with Universal Celtic Tarot. So here's the thing I wanted to talk about. You know what the stereotype is. The stereotype is that we tarot readers spend most of our lives sitting around talking to people about their love lives, and that we can, like if you just meet someone, we can say, this is it, this is the one. And we really can't. We really can't. Even if you get like the most fabulous cards for a brand new relationship, 10 of Cups, 2 of Cups, lovers, whatever, all you can do is say, you got to check it out. You got to check it out. You can't ever predict a future. I know this from my own experience. The cards do not work that way. Caroline McLaughlin, I want to thank you so much for the very generous super sticker. Thank you. And so when you're doing a reading and someone says, I've met someone, what's the potential? You can say, run far, far away. Or you can say, there's some potential here. Watch out for this, watch out for that. Peggy Lou Levens, this spread is on page 80 of Christiana's book, Territory Guide. Thank you. Right, it could be love bombing. And the cards may or may not know. So the question theoretically is, why is it that the cards can very clearly say, yeah, this is likely to work, no, this won't work, whatever. But when it comes to relationships, we really don't want to do that. Why is that? I would love to hear. What do you think? Why is it? I think, tag it love prediction. I think it's because the energy of love is so magical, it's unpredictable. And that universally, imagine in my own life, when I first met IT John, and 2 years later, he asked me out. There's a whole story there. If I had known, because I had a crush on him that whole time, if I had just known that he would be my guy, how would that have gone? How would that possibly have gone? How would the getting to know you phase have gone? How would the choice, the decision-making phase have gone? You have to be able to be in these things real time without expectation for it to work. And Dina Moskowitz, the question, will he come back? Which is such an interesting one, because often he will, but it's not ideal if he does. Why do you want that? Right, Wendy. Love so much can change in a relationship. In relationship building, there's many moving boxes. Dina, not right for us to prejudice the process. Exactly. And so we have to be skilled when people sort of want, I think the cards are very valuable to help us with relationships, but they help us around communication and what should you watch out for and what could happen. And if this happens, maybe you want to do that. And if that happens, maybe you want to do this. The cards are good for all of that, but they're not good for, yes, this is your person. But I think there can be times where it's no, not your person. I think there can be times when it's that. What do y'all think about that? Wendy says truth. Yeah. Does anyone beg to differ? I mean, your experience may be different than mine. I feel like I have a lot of experience here. And I've seen a lot of damage done. And some of that damage was done by me when I was younger and didn't know this. Right, Dina, if you get the Tower and death, it could be a transformative relationship or a tough one. And Rhonda, relationships are so complex. Absolutely, yes. Absolutely, yes. So, that's an interesting thing. And I think it's going to be true no matter what tool you're using. Even if it is a more fortune-telling tool like Lenormand, I still would not ever say to someone, I think it's unethical to say to someone, oh yeah, this is the one. And I did it. I mean, in the first 5-10 years being a reader, I surely did that. And I surely regret it now. Which, back to my anxiety with Wald way back all those years ago. I still think you have a reading with me now. You're going to get the best version of me right now. There will come a time, I think, as a person ages where that changes, but I'm still on the upswing. All right. Right. Wendy, it's funny because people turn to tarot for love. I don't know that they do, but they think people do. People think that people do. Oh, no. Joyous Ocean, you've tried to light it. It will not stay lit. Oh, my gosh. So Okay, will you be able to get it going, or will you have to call the plumbing and heating specialist? You may actually be able to get it going, but you're still going to need them to come look at it, but maybe not have to pay emergency rates, perhaps. Okay. Dina, the card in the spread position is interesting and in context. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. And that's the thing about like using a spread. And I've noticed that in like when I was coming up, not using a spread at least some point in the reading was like, no one did that. We all used spreads, and we all used position spreads. Even if we had to make up a spread, we used a position spread. My dialogue technique was something that came to me because I needed it, because I needed to be able to get answers more quickly. But I still always start with a spread. And a lot of people now, well, we'll see, Joyous Ocean. That chariot could have been read either way. We'll see. We'll see. But maybe. Don't be like, I'm 75% confident in that. Sorry. I'm just being honest. Anyway, I feel like now there are a lot of people who just don't use spreads, or they'll do, sort of like a 9-box or something like that, which is sort of a spread. And I'm not putting it down. I think it's fine. And that can be even deeper. But I don't want to see us lose the art of the spread. Let me just say that. Okay, Rhonda, I've used The Spread by Eileen Connolly. Yep. That's pretty much the main book I tried to learn from. I like how it makes me think through problems. Do you like the Connolly deck as well? I have that deck somewhere up in here. I do. It's a good deck. I've liked the book. I have to say, I retitled in my head, I retitled that book Tarot Reading for the Obsessive Compulsive, because she has a lot of rules. Like, you don't want to do a reading on a table that isn't made of a specific kind of wood. Stuff like that. So I ignore the rules. So Wendy, why, okay, you just said something really interesting. I like spreads, but I must say I prefer to go off my intuition. Are we not using intuition when we're using spreads? Can you say more? Oh, right, a black silk cloth. Absolutely, yes. In 2 minutes, Wendy, in 2 minutes, what are you doing with your intuition when you're not using spreads that you can't do with spreads? That's what I want to know. Because even if you're asking, if you're creating the spread, intuitively coming up with those questions, it's still intuition. Right, Dina, the spread position makes life easier. Although, I'm just going to be a little bitch here, and I'm going to say, yes, and you also sometimes have to let the cards come out of their positions and reinterpret them out of their positions after you've interpreted them in their positions. And that's something else I hadn't figured out for a while, is that a card can mean more than one thing in the same reading, which is an interesting thing. So we are in our last minute. It is time for shameless self-promotion. I think we all, Joyce Ocean, I think we all sort of thought that you should use market pricing, look at market pricing. But yes, you should go back. You should listen. Oh, here it is. Thank you, Wendy. I prefer to let my intuition create the spread. That's fair. But I definitely wouldn't say I don't use my intuition on spreads. Right. So, Rhonda, for books, obviously I've written 2. Fortune Stellar and Tarot Tour Guide. I really like books by Teresa Reed, has written some great books of late. I think in terms of modern authors, she's one of my favorites. Tarot, No Questions Asked, or no. Let me find it. Hang on, I think it's right over here. Ah, here it is, The Cards You Dealt. I think there's another one called Tarot, No Questions Asked that's really good, but this one, The Cards You Dealt, How to Deal When Life Gets Real, I think that's good too. But that's not the beginner book. She has a really good beginner book. I think it's Tarot, No Questions Asked, but I'm not sure. And Lady Lenormand says Elliot Adams and Anthony Lewis both write excellent books. Yes. There it is, Dina. Thank you. Tarot, No Questions Asked by Teresa Reed. I heartily endorse that book. I really, really do. All right. I can't believe it. Hey, Nick, good to see you. Thanks for being here. All right. Of course, Julia. Rachel Pollack's books, of course. Yep. There it is. All right, my friends. We have done it. It's an hour. We got to go. Thank you. So, StaarCon. StaarCon is coming. At the very least, you need to get the $10 virtual ticket. At the very most, come and join us in West Palm Beach for 3 days at the end of the month. One way or the other. Oh, Joyous Ocean, sending you so much love. So, StaarCon, like that's what it's all about this month is StaarCon. You want to be part of it. You can join us virtually. You can join us for a day, 2 days, or all 3 days. You can join us in person. Make it happen. Make it happen. I really appreciate all of you. Take really good care. Thanks to those helping out with super chats and super stickers. Thank you to the members and the moderators. Welcome to the new subscribers. Don't be nervous, Michelle. You'll be fine. You'll be awesome. You'll be awesome. I will look forward to seeing you all soon. Thank you so very much. Thanks for being here. Have a great evening.